From hurling insults at bystanders to attempting to drive under the influence, their actions have left people stunned and concerned. These three Karens are out of control. But seriously, what goes through someone's mind when they're drunk enough to cause such a scene like this Karen? Karma catches up with rich Karen.
I was leaving here.
Were you able to get out of the store?
I think so.
Pretty tight.
To exit, to take a left, and she just ran right in me. She was going to turn into here. Her grandmother died.
On September 8th, 2022, a regular day turned upside down by none other than a drunk Karen behind the wheel. Yep, you heard it right. A Karen causing chaos on the roads. So, what went down? Well, let me paint you a picture. There she was, cruising along, probably thinking she owned the road, when bam! She smashes her car right into another unsuspecting driver. But wait, it gets crazier.
That's not a phone, it's a hand wipe.
I know, it's a hand wipe. It's still a phone. It's still a phone. Okay? You know what? Don't ever remain me as a dumb.
I'm not.
Yeah, you did. You said,
Christina,
I'm trying to.
Right,
okay?
right.
So let me.
No, you're not closing the door. So here's what's gonna happen, okay, Christina? Okay.
When the officer arrives at the scene to sort things out, instead of cooperating like a responsible citizen, our dear Karen decides to throw a tantrum. What unfolds next is a classic case of a drunk Karen versus law enforcement showdown. So, the officer races over to the scene, lights flashing and sirens blaring. What do they find? Well, there's Karen's car, looking worse for wear, and another driver trying to make sense of what just happened. Chaos, I tell you. Now, here comes the fun part. The officer approaches Karen, hoping to get the lowdown on what went wrong. But does Karen greet them with open arms and a clear head? Nope. She's in full-on Karen mode, ready to argue and cause a scene. And that's just the beginning of this wild ride. It's about to get intense.
Alright, Christina, can you step out of the car for me?
Yeah.
Alright. Step right back here for me, okay? You said no medication, nothing?
I'm on medication.
Alright. The reason I'm asking is the way you're speaking and the way you're acting, you're holding up a hand wipe as a phone.
The officer's trying to get some info from Karen, but she's not making it easy. Karen's already on the defensive, and it's not looking good. But wait, it gets even better, or worse, depending on how you look at it. The officer tries to get Karen to do a sobriety test, to see if she's had one too many drinks. But does Karen cooperate? Nope. She's stumbling over her words and refusing to follow instructions. It's like trying to wrangle a stubborn goat, and just when you think it can't get any crazier, Karen starts spouting off about how she's got contacts higher up and how she's going to call her lawyer.
I want you to do, alright?
What do you want?
Take a few steps back real quick, move back a little bit. Alright, stop right there. Alright? So keep your hands flat on your sides, heel to toe just like this. We're going to take a series of 9 steps.
I can't do it.
Are you saying you're not able to do this?
Classic Karen move, am I right? But hey, credit to the officer. They keep their cool and try their best to get to the bottom of things. They're patient and persistent, even when Karen's making it feel like they're her personal punching bag. So yeah, that's the gist of it. A drunk Karen causing chaos, an officer trying to keep the peace, and a whole lot of drama. So, after all the chaos and drama, what happens to our tipsy troublemaker? Well, brace yourselves because Karen gets slapped with some serious charges. We're talking DUI, that's driving under the influence, failing to slow down, and swerving all over the road like it's a game of Mario Kart. Yep, Karen's in hot water now. The officer ain't messing around. They've got all the evidence they need to haul her off to the slammer, and that's exactly what happens. Karen gets slapped in cuffs and taken downtown faster than you can say, I want to speak to the manager. But hold up, it's not all doom and gloom.
Christina, is your phone in your purse? Or is it in the car? I don't want to leave it behind.
How would I know?
Because it's your stuff?
I don't know if my phone is in the purse or not.
Let's double check before we head out.
Believe it or not, Karen doesn't spend too long behind bars. Nope, she's out on what they call an I bond. What's that, you ask? Well, it's basically like a get-out-of-jail-free card, but with a few strings attached. Karen's got to promise to behave herself and show up for court dates, or else she'll be right back in those handcuffs faster than you can say, I want to speak to the manager. So, let's hope Karen learns her lesson and keeps herself out of trouble from here on out. But hey, knowing Karen, Who knows what'll happen next? We've seen firsthand the chaos and mayhem that can happen when someone decides to hit the road after a few too many drinks. It's not just reckless, 'tis downright dangerous. Drunk driving isn't just about risking your own life, it's about putting everyone else on the road in harm's way too. Imagine you're driving along, minding your own business, when suddenly, bam, some drunk driver comes out of nowhere and smashes into you.
Do you want to purchase that purse yourself?
Not my style, but I don't know how Karen would
It's
handle
not
it.
your style. Is it your baby mama style?
Okay.
I have never worn my shoes. They've always been like this. You
Okay.
guys had no problem then.
Scary, right? That's why it's so important to take a stand against drunk driving and spread the word about its dangers. We've got to look out for each other and make sure nobody gets behind the wheel when they're not fit to drive. But hey, let's not forget about the other side of the coin. The challenges faced by our brave law enforcement officers. Dealing with drunk and disorderly folks like Karen isn't easy. They've got to stay calm and collected, even when faced with hostility and defiance. It's like trying to wrangle a bunch of wild animals, except these animals can talk back and refuse to cooperate. Hats off to our officers for handling the situation with grace and professionalism, even when the going gets tough. So yeah, let's raise awareness about the dangers of drunk driving and give our law enforcement officers the respect they deserve, which brings us to the incident of August 7th, 2023. Karen faces consequences after drunk driving incident captured on police body cam.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
Why do you say you didn't?
I did not.
Okay. Well, you just told me that you did.
No,
Because
I
you told
did
me that you
not.
drove, and then you've got witnesses that are stating that you hit another vehicle.
I did not. I deny it. I did not.
So, what is your name? I just want to be able to be polite and interact with you. I'm Officer Ryan. What's your name?
Penelope.
Penelope. What's your last name?
I'm not going there.
Okay.
It's a regular day, the sun's shining, birds are chirping, and people are going about their business. But then, out of nowhere, enters our star of the show, a Karen who's had one too many. Yup, you guessed it. She's behind the wheel, and things are about to get messy. First off, she's breaking the law by driving under the influence. That's a big no-no in anyone's book. But wait, there's more. She's also failing to slow down to avoid an accident and swerving all over the road like it's her personal playground.
So you can be on your way.
All right. Well, I'm not heading out anywhere.
Okay.
Are you gonna state that you're not doing field tests for me?
No, I am not.
So, at this point, if you're going to refuse field tests, we're going to escalate this. I'm going to arrest you for OVI.
Yep, you heard that right. She's breaking multiple laws left, right, and center. Picture this. It's a regular day. People are going about their business. When suddenly, screech. A car collision brings everyone's attention to the scene. What's going on? Well, our Karen, bless her heart, has decided that driving under the influence is a brilliant idea. So there she is, behind the wheel, probably thinking she's on a joyride at Disneyland. But nope, she's cruising down the streets, swerving like she's dodging imaginary obstacles. And then bam, she crashes right into another car, causing a whole lot of mess and commotion. Now, enter our hero, the police officer. They arrive at the scene, ready to sort things out. But oh boy, dealing with Karen isn't a walk in the park. She's all over the place, refusing to cooperate like it's a game of who can be the most difficult. The officer tries to reason with her, but Karen's having none of it.
Give me your other hand. Give me your other hand. Give me your other hand.
Don't touch me. I will report you. I will do the thing. I will do the thing, whatever you want me to do.
Okay, right, 20, I have 126.
No F21, I will not do. I will do the thing.
She's slurring her words, making wild accusations, and probably seeing unicorns dancing in the sky. It's like trying to have a serious conversation with a toddler hopped up on sugar impossible. But let's not forget, folks, this isn't just some silly drama. It's serious business. Karen's reckless behavior not only put herself in danger, but also endangered the lives of others on the road. It's a stark reminder of the consequences of driving under the influence. It's not just a bad decision. It's downright dangerous. But what were the legalities of the situation? First off, we've got the classic DUI, driving under the influence. Yup, that means Karen decided it was a great idea to hop behind the wheel after a few too many drinks. Spoiler alert, it's not. Now, on to violation number 2, failing to reduce speed to avoid an accident. Imagine this. Karen's cruising down the road like she's in a Fast and Furious movie, and suddenly, bam!
I know.
That's how people get hurt. They want to go home.
Mary 12, live 99.
I don't know her information or anything yet, so.
Is this her car?
No, this is
All
No.
right, let's go.
Wait. No. Stop.
I will drag you to this car in front of
I
everybody.
know.
I don't care.
Excuse
Let's go.
me. I have questions.
Well,
Wait,
you lost
wait.
that privilege.
I have questions. I want to know.
You're under arrest for OVI, resisting arrest, and obstruction.
Can I just please call my husband?
Nope.
No?
You're going to go to jail.
Oh, good.
She crashes into another car. If only she had hit the brakes in time, things might have turned out differently. And let's not forget about improper lane usage. Instead of sticking to her lane like a responsible driver, Karen's weaving in and out like she's playing a game of Mario Kart. Newsflash: real life isn't a video game, and those lane lines are there for a reason. But what's the fallout from all these legal slip-ups? Well, Karen could be facing some serious consequences. We're talking fines, license suspension, maybe even some time behind bars. And let's not forget about the impact on her insurance. Say goodbye to those low premiums, Karen, but it's not just about the legal stuff. Karen's actions could have long-lasting repercussions for herself, for the other drivers involved, and for anyone else on the road that day. It's a wake-up call to all of us about the dangers of irresponsible driving and the importance of following the rules of the road. Now, let's zoom out and take a look at the bigger picture, the ripple effect of Karen's reckless actions. Sure, there are legal consequences, but the impact goes way beyond that.
And I'm sorry I don't remember what the is your name. And it's raining and I'm trying to get home. And what is your name? Ah! Oh my God! You're jerking me around back here. I'm reporting you. I am so reporting you. Ah! And now I'm handcuffed. I'm reporting you. What is your name, sir? Ryan. Officer Ryan.
First off, let's talk about Karen herself. Driving under the influence isn't just dangerous for others, it's a huge risk to her own safety. One wrong move, and she could end up seriously injured or worse. It's like playing Russian roulette with a car, and nobody wins in that game. But it's not just Karen who's at risk, it's everyone else on the road too. Picture this: innocent drivers going about their day, minding their own business, when suddenly they're caught in the crossfire of Karen's chaos. It's a scary thought, but unfortunately, it's all too real. And let's not forget about the pedestrians. They're just trying to get from point A to point B without getting run over by a Karen on a joyride. It's a sobering reminder of how vulnerable we all are on the streets. But it's not just physical harm we need to worry about, there's an emotional toll too. Imagine being the police officer called to the scene, or the witnesses who have to watch it all unfold. It's stressful, it's traumatic, and it's something they'll carry with them long after the dust has settled. So, what's the takeaway from all this? It's simple: responsible behavior saves lives. Whether it's choosing not to drink and drive or simply paying attention to the road, we all have a role to play in keeping our streets safe. So let's learn from Karen's mistakes and remember that driving under the influence isn't just a bad decision, it's a potentially deadly one. We've seen firsthand the chaos caused by a drunk Karen behind the wheel, and it's not pretty. So let's recap what we've learned. First off, driving under the influence isn't just risky, it's downright dangerous. It puts not only the drunk driver at risk, but also innocent bystanders just trying to get from point A to point B in one piece. But it's not just about pointing fingers, it's about accountability.
You better tell me his name or it's going to go on the record that you refuse to do so.
Get me out. My shoulders are killing me.
Swing your feet first.
My shoulders are killing me.
I understand that.
I'm a bike rider.
I know. You
God
seem like you're in
damn
good
it.
shape then.
What?
You said if you're a bike rider, you're in good shape then, right?
We all have a responsibility to make safe choices on the road, whether that means calling a cab after a night out or simply paying attention to the road ahead. Learn from Karen's mistakes and remember that driving under the influence isn't just a bad decision, it's a potentially deadly one. Let's hold ourselves accountable, reflect on our own behavior, and make the choice to prioritize safety every time we hit the road. Together, we can make our streets safer for everyone, which brings us to another incident, the one that took place on January 19th, 2023. Too drunk to notice. Karen driving without a front tire.
I wish I did, so I would have known better.
Right. Well,
But I didn't, and I'm sorry.
when you passed me, there were sparks coming off your rim. Yeah.
Well, that's not pretty.
Oh.
I mean, it's pretty in 4th of July for...
Well, yeah, 4th of July, that's great, but you want them up in the sky, not under your car.
Yeah, no. So I had no idea of that, sir. I am sorry.
It all went down in North Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. Picture this, a typical day, but then, bam, things took a turn for the crazy. So, mark your calendars for January 19th, 2023. That's when all the drama unfolded. Yep, right in the heart of Wisconsin, in a little town called North Fond du Lac. And let me tell you, it's a day they won't forget anytime soon. All right, so picture this. Officers on patrol, cruising through the streets of North Fond du Lac, Wisconsin, minding his own business, when suddenly he hears this weird sound, like something's being dragged along the road. Curious, right? Then, out of the blue, he spots this black vehicle rolling along, but something ain't right. It's missing a tire. Yeah, you heard me right. Front passenger side tire, nowhere to be found. And guess what? That rim's scraping against the pavement like nobody's business. Sparks flying and all that jazz. Talk about a red flag. Now, let's talk about Samantha, or as she goes by, Samara. The officer decides to check things out and approaches the car. And what does he find? Well, old Samara ain't exactly in tip-top shape, if you catch my drift. She's looking kinda out of it, like she just woke up from a nap or something. Slurred speech, eyes drooping, the whole 9 yards.
Quick stop to go get drinks?
And this happened.
Did you at least get a quick stop to get the drinks?
Yes.
Yeah? All right. I'll just leave it right there, okay? Well, all right. Hang tight with it. I can see my PC for the stop. Oh,
I can hear her from here. I can hear her voice.
She's very, very slurred.
Another officer then observes Samara trying to place the bottle behind the passenger seat.
You can just leave all that right where it is.
I am.
Okay.
None of them are open.
Oh, and to top it all off, there's an open bottle of Budweiser chilling in the center console. Yep, you heard that right too. Looks like someone's been hitting the sauce a bit too hard. So here's where things get interesting. The officer, being the responsible chap that he is, steps up and kindly asks Samara to turn off the car. Why? Well, because driving with a missing tire and a rim scraping the road isn't exactly safe, is it? But does Samara comply? Nah, not exactly. She goes on to deny the whole tire situation like it's no big deal. Classic case of denial, if you ask me. But wait, it gets even juicier. Turns out, our girl Samara's got a revoked license. Yeah, you heard that right. She straight up admits it to the officer. No beating around the bush here. So, you've got an intoxicated driver with a revoked license and a missing tire. Talk about a recipe for disaster.
What can I do for you, sir?
We're going to do some field sobriety tests. Make sure you're okay to drive, all right?
Trust me, I have seen, sadly, more than enough outside my house.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is have you stand heels, toes together, arms down at your side, okay? All right. Don't move from that position until I tell you to. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right.
What's windy and a thing is hard.
You see the tip of my pen there? All right. Do you have any problems with your eyes? Do you wear contacts or glasses at all?
Technically, yes, I am supposed to.
After spotting Samantha in her beat-up ride with a missing tire and an open Budweiser bottle, the officer decided it was time to check if she was fit to be driving. He whipped out the classic sobriety tests. You know, the ones where you walk in a straight line or stand on one leg without wobbling like a Jenga tower. But oh boy, Samantha's attempts at these tests were like watching a comedy show gone wrong. She couldn't even stand still without swaying like a tree in a storm. And when it came to walking in a straight line, let's just say she looked more like she was trying to do the cha-cha than walk a straight line. It was pretty clear to the officer that Samantha wasn't exactly acing these tests. She was stumbling, slurring her words, and failing left and right. It was like watching someone try to juggle flaming torches while riding a unicycle. A total disaster waiting to happen. So, the officer, seeing Samantha in her not-so-great state, figured it was time to check if she was sober enough to be behind the wheel. First off, he had her do the classic walk and turn test. You know, where you gotta walk in a straight line, heel to toe, and then turn around without stumbling. But Samantha? She couldn't even walk a straight line without veering off course like a GPS gone rogue. Her steps were all over the place, and when it came time to turn, she almost did a full 180 before the officer had to catch her from toppling over. Next up was the one-leg stand.
I'm not kidding. I have no balance in general.
Continue the test, please.
7, 8, 9. You said 9 or 10? I did 10.
Okay, that's fine. Keep going.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Simple, right? Just lift one foot off the ground and hold it steady. But for Samantha, it was like trying to balance on a tightrope during an earthquake. She wobbled like a Jenga tower in a breeze and barely managed to hold her balance for a couple of seconds before her foot hit the ground again. Lastly, there was the horizontal gaze nystagmus test, where the officer checked for involuntary jerking of the eyes, which can indicate intoxication. But with Samantha, her eyes were doing the electric slide, jerking all over the place like they were trying out for a dance competition. Overall, Samantha's attempts at these sobriety tests were like watching a train wreck in slow motion. It was pretty clear to the officer that she wasn't exactly sober as a judge. So, the officer, wanting to be thorough, decided to bust out the good old breathalyzer to check Samantha's blood alcohol level. And boy, did it reveal a doozy. Samantha blew into that thing, and it spat out a whopping 0.19. Now, for those not familiar with BAC levels, that's more than double the legal limit for driving in most places. In simple terms, she was way over the line, like trying to fit into jeans 2 sizes too small. Now, here's where things got even wilder. When the officer informed Samantha that she was under arrest for driving under the influence, she didn't exactly take it well. Nope. Instead of calmly accepting her fate like a responsible adult, she decided to kick things up a notch. Literally. She started kicking the squad car like it was a soccer ball in the World Cup final. But that's not all. She also decided to play a game of Houdini with the handcuffs, attempting some sort of daring escape like she was in an action movie. Needless to say, her attempts were about as successful as trying to swim upstream in a river of molasses. Eventually, the officer managed to wrangle her into custody, but not before a good dose of drama unfolded.
Not really. You said I'm going to pee right here.
No, you are not going to pee right here. We will charge you with a crime if you pee right here. Do not pee right
Let
here.
me go to the bathroom then.
No.
I
Not right
already
now.
cooperated.
Wait like an
Why would I
adult.
need
No,
it?
you didn't. You just got out of your handcuffs.
It was like watching a scene from a reality TV show gone rogue. Now, let's shift gears and talk about what happened after Samantha's wild ride with the law. Once the dust settled a bit, dispatch got in on the action. They dug up some info on Samantha's past run-ins with the law. Turns out, she wasn't exactly a stranger to the legal system. Nope, she had a couple of prior convictions under her belt, including some for driving-related offenses. Plus, there were some legal requirements she hadn't exactly been keeping up with. It was like peeling back the layers of an onion, each one revealing another not-so-pretty detail. So, what were the consequences for Samantha this time around? Well, she racked up a handful of misdemeanor charges, including driving under the influence, driving with a revoked license, and probably a few others thrown in for good measure. When it came time to face the music in court, Samantha didn't exactly put up a fight. Nope, she entered a guilty plea faster than you can say, guilty as charged. And as for the sentence, well, let's just say it wasn't a slap on the wrist. The judge laid down the law, and Samantha ended up with a hefty fine, some community service hours, and a stint in alcohol education classes. It was like a lesson straight out of the School of Hard Knocks. But hey, maybe this time Samantha would finally learn to steer clear of trouble on the road.
Then acknowledge me! Fuck! I'm only human. I'm a fucking young human. At most. And what are you?
And everything should
The fuck
auto-fill.
are you? Hello,
And this
cute
should
boy.
auto-fill too.
What are you? Hello, cute boy. That I'd really rather not hit on because I'd rather be with my fucking boyfriend. Where is my boyfriend?
No,
I don't know,
now.
Samara.
Might talk
Don't
to that.
fucking lie to me. The Mustang just
Shout if you
pulled
need
up.
anything.
From the moment she was spotted cruising around with a missing tire and a bottle of Budweiser in the car, to her failed sobriety tests, resistance to arrest, and subsequent legal proceedings, Samantha's story was like a cautionary tale gone wrong. Her reckless behavior not only put herself in danger, but also posed a serious risk to everyone else on the road. Now, let's talk about the bigger picture here. Samantha's escapade serves as a stark reminder of the dangers and repercussions of drunk driving. It's not just about getting caught by the cops or facing legal consequences. It's about the potential for tragedy on the road. Driving under the influence isn't just irresponsible, it's downright dangerous. It puts innocent lives at risk and can shatter families in an instant. So, as we bid farewell to Samantha's wild ride, let's take this opportunity to reflect on our own choices behind the wheel. Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more updates.